But then, so we had this task. We'll start with the assignments. But before before we what do you call it? Yeah, continue. Just briefly, I want to reassure everybody. So we these are more or less the skeletal aspects of our learning. All right. Where we are picking different what's the word? Different areas. So my focus is on key areas that would be relevant to our learning, right? Into your learning, and eventually everything comes together. Eventually everything is integrated. Like I mentioned in our first class, we have different learning pieces here. So as much as possible, we are taking it as what do you call it? As as stepwise as possible, so that as much people are can can be carried along in the class. Yes. So just go with the flow. However, I just want to give some heads up. Things are going to get pretty much interesting. I was going to say intense, but I'll change it to interesting as days go by. It's progressive. One will get to a point. So the goal, for me, the goal isn't even in giving assignments or do summations and counties and all that. It's in the end, the goal is to have you run an end-to-end analysis process. So it's not about doing the formulas and all. Yes, I need you to grasp um, major formulas. There are a lot of other formulas that we're not going to do here, but you find out that as you get the basics of stuff, you're able to further comprehend. You're able to apply it to others. You're able to expand your knowledge. Yes. So this is more of a fundamental class. In the end, the goal in the end is for you to be able to communicate data, see data, or you encounter a problem and you're able to think analytically on how to solve it, on how to figure it out, on how to make sense of it, or how to derive insights from it. Okay, that's the goal. Having said that, let's have a look at our assignments. So some people had indicated they had challenges getting this done. Um, I don't know if we were able to resolve. So I had just a few people, how many people? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So about nine people submit the assignments. Within the week, I'm going to collect all the assignments and then those that missed some and those that submitted some, and we'll discuss on the next lines of action. Anyways, here we go. So the assignments, we're given this data set of US voters. Interestingly, the US just ran and had their elections, and yeah, so it's pretty much interesting to be working with US voters data, although this is not the current elections data. I think this had to do with the 2012 or I don't know. So the assignments, first of all, how many confirmed voters in California were over 65 years old? So I'm going to be doing this together. How many confirmed voters in California were 65 years old? What do you think we're going to be using to solve this? Yes, anybody, please. Floor is open. Okay, I'll
Hello, some
just
is
some ifs. Okay. Um, maybe I'll just so so that I don't have to keep removing. Okay. So how many confirmed voters? How many confirmed voters in California were over age 65? That's the question. So what are the criteria we have here? What insights are we getting? First of all, when you look at the question, how many confirmed voters? Our interest is confirmed voters. There's a column for confirmed voters. So how many confirmed voters? Confirmed voters. How many of them in California? So states California were over 65 years of were over 65 years old. So age 65 years plus 65 plus. This is tax. Um, let's see. Okay. So if we were to filter, put the filter control shift L. If we were to filter, first filter would be the states, California, right? And then the age greater than 65. Okay. Then we have confirmed voters. So this would be an easy pick. So, um, 2 million, 2,902,000, 2,902,000. Yes, however, I had mentioned that we're not doing filters here, we're doing formulas. So how do I put it? Where do I put this? I'll just move this here. The solution number one equal to, yeah, so there could have been, since it's a number column, it's a number column, and I mean, there probably could have been multiple columns, multiple rows rather, maybe multiple 65 rows in that situation. So a safe place could have been to use sum if, because these are numbers. You're trying to get how many numbers, how many people and their numbers are so addition. When it comes to adding, you're using sum if. When it comes to number of rows and all that kind of thing, you're using counts. Okay, so solution one going to be some ifs actually. We learned some ifs. So some ifs multiple criterias. So the sum range is what we're going to be summing, and that is our confirmed voters. So I'll go to pick the sum range, which is confirmed voters, comma. The next criteria is criteria one. So the first criteria is California. So our sum range is confirmed voters. Our so in California, we're age 65. So the other conditions are California and age 65. So I'll go back some if then the criteria range. The range where I have my first criteria is in states. Select that. The comma, then the criteria is California. California. If I spelled it correctly. Okay. Double quotes. The next is the second criteria range, which is our age. So select that, comma, then the criteria, second criteria is 65 plus. And those are the two criterias. And I hit enter. You got a zero, that means there must be an error somewhere. So let's troubleshoot. Some ifs, US voters, the sum range is US voters FF colon F. This is our sum range, confirmed voters. The next is AA. So next is our criteria range. The range where we have a criteria colon A, first criteria. Then the country, California, the state rather. So states AA in California. Then we have US voters. Yes, Dami, tell me. You've spotted the error?
Yes, yes. The spelling of California, you added an R before the L, so I think it wouldn't count.
Okay, the spelling is okay, there's no arrow. It's California. Okay. So I was happy when I saw this error because it's further validates what I say when when I'm like, it's good to pick the exact like numbers rather than entering names into cells directly. Either you're copying, because there could be spaces, either you're copying like exactly what is here, or maybe copying it, right? And pasting somewhere. Maybe using cell referencing. So rather than typing in manually, you can just use a cell reference. Unless you're very sure of the spelling. Yeah, reference it. Or you can copy from the cell directly and enter the whole setting and you get your value. Thank you, Dami. So I'll like going through a troubleshooting process. So in a situation where I did a practical class, but in a situation where you're trying to get something done and then you encounter an error, you you want to troubleshoot, go back step by step to look at where you had the error. Sometimes you could even get a value, right, without knowing. So it's always good to like double check your formulas step by step to be sure they are complying. And we'll be clearing this off, so I'll just enter it manually. Okay, so this is our value for solution one. Any questions, please? Any questions? Oh, yes. Okay, AD, please ask. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So my question is,
Yes, please.
in terms of these the formulas, you made mention of when you're putting.
Oh boy, what happened? He's out. Maybe prior to his return, are there other questions? That question sounded really good. Okay, he's back. AD, please ask.
Okay, I was saying this the referencing. You said when we're in the formulas that we should add in quotes numbers that are not numerical.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but I'm confused to see on this particular one you added in quotes the numerical, you quoted the numerical value. I thought it was just the alphabet you to quote.
Yeah. So it
That's the
became,
question.
yeah, thank you, Vero. So it became a text the moment 65, the plus sign was added to it. 65 on its own would have been a number, just a number, but it becomes a text when there is a non-numeric value added to it, like this plus. So plus, minus, greater than, less, all those things, they denumerate, oh God, grammar. They take away the numerical, the number quality from it and it becomes a text. I hope that helps. Did you get? Re Remember one calculation we did sometime, was it last week, where we had to get one of the questions where we had to find, we had this criteria where if it's greater than this, if it's greater than, if it was less than 3,000, some ifs. Remember, we had to put that less than 3,000, or maybe 3 million, not 3,000, it was more like 3 million, 300,000. We had to put it in double quotes. On its own, we would have left it that way, but the moment a non-numeric value is added to, yeah, this guy, it becomes a text. Okay, any other questions, please? Okay, so we'll move on to the second question. What percentage of the citizen population do 45 to 64-year-olds represent? What percentage of the citizen population do 45 to 64 years old represents? This will, so in understanding context is the first thing you do when you see any data set or you need to tackle a problem. So who can explain this question to me as it applies to the data? Please, I need somebody. Yes, please tell me. Eddie.
Okay, from the question first of all,
Yes, please.
we
Okay, let me go there.
we filter we we bring out the filter by taking out all other by only keeping 45 to 64 years old.
Okay, I should add a filter.
Yes, add a filter.
Okay, then filter under age, 45 to 64.
Yeah, that's the only one you're leaving.
Okay. What percentage of the citizen population do 45 to 60 year old represent? Okay, tell me.
Okay, so after that you divide total population from citizen population.
Hmm.
Di- Divide total population from citizen population.
Okay, divide total population from citizen
From ci-
population.
yeah.
When you say divide total population from citizen population, do you mean total population divided by sum of total population divided by citizen population, sum of citizen population, or citizen population divided by total population?
Yes.
Just
Just you go to column, you go to cell G5,
okay.
then you say
Okay.
equal to
Mm.
C5 divided by D5.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. So you go to your home tab. Okay, it's already on the home tab. Then you click on percentage.
Okay.
Then you drag down.
Okay.
You drag
Um,
down.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So what is it? What am I taking from here now? What's the answer? Yeah. Everything here is the answer. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the attempt. Any other ideas? So the idea is to understand the question. Yes, please, James.
Okay, so we some we go to
No,
the
explain
main.
the question to me.
Okay, okay. What
Sorry, one
we
second.
need to know the total citizen population first.
Okay.
Then after that, we focus on citizen population. We focus on 45 to 64 years bracket.
Okay.
After having that value, we divide the citizen population 45 to 64 years by the total citizen population.
That
Then
sounds
after
nice.
after that, so I said,
That sounds nice.
okay. Then after that, you have your percentage by using the percentage this thing, or you multiply by 100.
Okay. Thank you, James, for the attempt. Does anybody agree or disagree with him? Okay, let's try it out. Let's have a look. Um, what's the percentage of citizen population? What percentage of citizen population do the 45 to 64-year-olds represent? So our focus is the citizen population. So first of all, we want to know the total citizen population. Oh, no, there's a total population there. So let me, yeah, don't confuse you. You know how I mean, you want to find percentage of. So if we have, like here now we have, let's say we have 10 people on the call, and out of the 10, 3 are female and 7 are male. What is the percentage population of female in the team tech class? That's basically what we're trying to do. Yes, James, please tell me.
Okay, for the citizen population, we use some if in knowing it too.
For the citizen population,
55 to 64 years in brackets. Like we use some if to arrive at it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So what we're gonna do is we find total population, and then we find total citizen population, and then we find citizen population for with 45 to 64. Yeah. And then we find the percentage. Okay. We first to find the total population, total citizen population. We have a column for citizen population, right? So basically, we will take a sum. Where you do this doesn't really matter to me, but yeah. We'll take a sum, and maybe I'll just highlight the whole of this and hit enter. Citizen population. So next we find the citizen population for those aged between 45 to 64. So that's a sum if the age is between 65 and 64. So avoid the mistake of earlier. I'm just going to copy any 45 further to 64 from here and keep it somewhere maybe here. Right. So equal the sum if. So it's basically a single criteria, right? So we don't need. The only criteria here is between 45 to 60. It's under age. So you can use sum if. Of course, some ifs will still work because some ifs is one or more criterias. So sum if the range is our age colon. Let's select this, comma, and then the next is the criteria. The criteria is 45 to 64. If I were to type this in the formula, I'll have to put it in double quotes, right? AD, because we have a 2. We have a TO as part of it. So that is our criteria. And then the next in the mapping is the sum range. Sum range is going to be, what's the sum range? Is it citizen population, right? Yeah, just select that. And hit enter. So we have our citizen population. Let's do a check on this formula. Like I said, it's good to do checks, whether manually also to be sure your formulas are correct. So we'll do for the 2. Remember, someone taught us auto sum here. So you highlight a colon. Sorry, excuse me. Or rather, you could as well just go to the base of a colon and select auto sum. It selects everything and gives you the total. So this is 215,085,000. Is it what we have here? Yes, so that checks out. Next, let us see for population of 45s to 64. So I put a filter and filter only 45 to 64. And then I come down to citizen population again. And this time around, I use a subtotal formula. So subtotal formula counts, like they're different, but it counts only for selected values. If I use sum here, it's going to count all the, if I use the sum function here, let me just show you. So I put a filter here, and I use the sum function. The sum function is going to count, even those ones that are out of the filter. Let's take a look. See? 2, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's going to count some out of the filter too. From first column, column 5 downwards. Yes, but using subtotal, if there's a filter, I'm not using subtotal factors in only the functions that are only the selected or the available columns, the visible columns, the columns that are on filter. The subtotal, when you select subtotal, you have different sub formulas, right? Average, count A, max, and all. The whole idea is that you can use it when there's a filter. Gosh, there's a error here. I didn't put a comma. So we check, and here we have 46,641,000. Let's see. 46,641,000. So that checks in. So we've just verified that both of our calculations are correct. Now to find the percentage of citizens' votes between 45 and 64 to the total votes. Basically, our basic arithmetics, if you want to find what percentage of, like I'll give the example in the class, right? There are three female, 7 male. What percentage of them are female? What percentage of the total class is female? The formula is going to be number of female divided by total number of class. So just like here now, we have number of 45 to 64 equal to this divided by total citizen size. And there we have it, 0.35. This is in decimal place, and to convert to percentage, you hit the percentage button here, you have 36%. So our answer is 36%. Any questions, please? Do we understand? Did I take silence for understand?
Hello,
Oh, Henry, okay, yeah, tell me.
please explain that subtotal again.
Okay, subtotal. Okay, so let me just do a quick one. Let us learn a new function today. So subtotal returns a subtotal in a list of database. As the name implies, subtotal, like what's the word sub? Like, so if you not feeling the words, but if you so basically
Like a
it's sub.
subset, like part of a
Oh
whole.
my God, Jeremiah Obom, you're a wonderful person. That is it.
Part
That's the
of a
word.
whole.
A subset. So if you want to take a subset of a particular set, ah, you made my night. Yeah, so their subtotal comes in. It helps especially in checks, right? So the idea is, so when you type the subtotal formula, you now see a list of other formulas, like if you want to find the average. So what would you want to do here? If you want to find the average, the count, and all. When you say this formula, when you put a filter, it does the magic for you. So let's just use sum, for example. When you select it, I think sum is the ninth function. That's the function number. Then you have the reference, the cell reference, so where you want to highlight. You can put multiple references, right? But here, I'm just going to put from here to here, and I hit enter. So there we have it. If I drag it through, it applies to, so if you drag it like we do formula left to right, it applies to every one of them. Okay, so let's put our filter here. Let us say, just like what we did now, let us see if we want to see these populations, these values for those in Arizona only, the state of Arizona, select. You can see total population, total citizens, registered voters. If you notice, it filters towards that. Which country is Donald Trump from? Which state is Donald Trump from? I think Arkansas. Want to check it. You see? So this feels more or less like an automation, right? Yeah, so it comes in pretty much handy. So rather than having to highlight or do your calculations like manually, it updates based on selections. Okay. So like for the California, okay, that one was pretty much easy. So let's say we want to see total number of all this in California for those aged 18 to 24, rather 18 to 34. Select California here, and then I come to age and I select only 18 and 25 to 34. I could easily just get my totals here without much stress. So subtotal comes in pretty much handy when you want to get quick checks for your work. And it's preferable to put it, if you notice, I had to put a colon, that I'm just saying this if you want to use it, and some data I have seen. It's preferable when you put it at the top, right? Because if you put it under, you're putting filters. If you put this under and you put a filter, it might affect the filter or not or something. So not a bad idea. So I hope we have learned. I hope it's understood. Subtotals. Okay. So the last question from the assignment. Calculate the voter turnout. Confirmed voters divided by registered voters for each state. Where the voters are below 25 years. Yeah. So this was pretty interesting and practical. So who can explain this question to me? Explain the question in Nigeria.
Is it the number 3 question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, basically, we just want to know how many people, what percentage of people turned out to vote, as in with comparison with the people that we are confirmed to vote and that are below 25 years. So yeah, and I think you have given the formula there. Confirmed voters
Yeah.
Divided by the registered voters. So the people that vote divided by the entirety of voters that were registered. And the specific statistics is for those below 25.
Okay. Okay.
So should I explain? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it would be nice to give an idea of like the steps.
Okay. Basically, with in all these states. So if we do a filter, except we want to do the
So you go to the states
yes.
and do a filter.
So yeah, if we can do a filter for no, go to the age, sorry. Age.
Okay.
Age. And just let's click 25. I mean, yeah, 15. I mean 18 to 24 first.
Yeah, so I should click 18 for 24.
Yes, because
And
we
click
said
OK.
below, yeah, because we said below 25, right? So
Yeah, you're thinking like that.
so we click
Okay.
OK. So everybody look at all the whole states, their numbers, right? So let's just go to let's do the subtotal for the confirmed and registered voters.
Everybody has left me a formula. Okay. So
Let's just do the subtotal for these numbers for the registered and confirmed voters. I think we have all the states here.
Nice. Okay. You'd have told me not to delete the other one if you're going to use it now.
Huh?
You'd have told me not to delete the one I did before if you're going to use it.
Use what am I using?
You said I should do subtotal. I deleted the initial one I did. Better mind me, it's fine.
Okay.
So subtotal 9, the reference. Okay, so there we go. Subtotals at the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put a
But
filter for
18
18 to okay.
24. So we are seeing the numbers, right? So let's grab those two numbers for the confirmed and the registered.
Wait, this one was this easy. I was looking for tough questions to give you.
Yeah, right. So you are
Confirmed
the one that
voters.
brought
So we're looking for confirmed voters and registered voters, right?
yes. So let's
And
pick
the
those
registered.
two numbers. Let's pick those two statistics out.
So like equal to confirmed voters
11
divided
million
by what? Registered voters.
registered voters. Enter.
So voter turnout. Apparently, it looks like something in percentage.
Yes. So, but the question is saying for in all the states, right? So
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Okay.
not that what we just did was for general. So basically,
General.
if
Nice, nice.
we can just do the equation beside at the end of the row here and drag it down, then it will give us.
Okay. So if I
So
do,
no, down. Okay. Yeah, voter turnout. So it just puts equals to confirmed divided by registered. So click F what this divided by this. Enter, drag it down. Yeah, drag it down. So we have that.
okay. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. This is like very good. So,
But sorry, excuse me. But the
yes, sir.
question is for people below 25.
Okay.
So basically, what we're looking for is only those people below 25, not for everybody.
Oh,
Yes, we
yeah.
did the filter already.
So there's a filter for those below 25. Can you see, Henry?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So while this is pretty nice, yeah, and cool, for me, it can be used as checks, right? There could be situations where you do not have like so when there is some data sets, when you have some data, I'm not so big on doing calculations where you have your data set, right? Because we'll be working with dashboards, we're doing a lot of dashboards, right? And yeah, why this works very well in situations where you just need to do some quick calculations. Yes, this works. We'll get in digging in on the data to run some checks. But in what do you call it? One of the things about data analytics is reducing manual tasks, right? So most times I'd want, if you notice when I do calculations, I go to a different sheet to do the calculations separate from this. Because it's for a reason. Besides the fact that yeah, for perhaps this may not look organized, but then proper organization. Some data sets, sometimes when you get exposed to data, sometimes you get data from sources, not necessarily Excel sheets. You could be getting data from a cloud server directly and maybe feeding your analytic tool like Power BI or Excel. And you may not be able to like do some computations by the side. It's constantly updating, so you may need to manually keep dragging down. However, if you have a different platform, a different page for it, as the case may be, and you're just able to extract data, it's just like tapping data from the data source and doing the computation somewhere else. It's easier for you to handle. So, what am I trying to say? Like the first time when we started, normally what I would do here, I would first of all, okay, let me be professional. So two things. We looked at how we can copy and remove duplicates, right? I'm sure we all know that right now. Copy and remove duplicates. Because a part of me wants to use the unique function. So you go to data and remove duplicates. Here we have only unique items under states. Now we have the states in the US. So total voter turnout, confirmed voters, registered voters for each state. Where the voters are below 25. What I can do is confirmed voters. So you understand why I go through all this when we start making dashboards. When we start making dashboards because your data source is different. Sometimes data changes, right? Imagine you're working in an e-commerce store, for example, Jumia, where sales are coming in every day, every minute, and all, and then you're supposed to be giving near real time or real time updates in your dashboards, right? Or something. You cannot come and be doing computations on the data set because if it's being fed by a database, as it's entering column 2 is no longer column 2, and if you do the calculation here to apply, what happens? You need to keep dragging down, dragging down. So rather what is ideal is to spool the data from data source and set it such that it picks any data that is coming. Please don't crack your brain too much. We're going to look at this. We're going to look into it, and I'm pretty sure you get the gist. You'll definitely get the gist. So we have confirmed voters, we have registered voters, we have voter turnout. Okay. So what we want to do for each state is we get confirmed voters for the ages below 25. That means literally 18 to 24. So sum if the range, the states, the criteria. Oh, this is a sum ifs question because there are two criteria. So first is the sum range for sum ifs. If you notice the sum range, when it comes to sum ifs, the sum range is different. So basically our two criteria are, oh, yeah, for each of them, two criteria are the sum range and rather the state and the voter population below 25. That means 18 to 24. So the sum range for this one is our confirmed voters. So equal to sum range, confirmed voters. Next is our criteria range, which is first going to be state. The criteria is Alabama. And then, okay, sum range, criteria 1. So now our second criteria range is the age, right? And then the criteria is 18 to 24. I hope I don't make mistakes this time. I think it's going to be more convenient when I hit enter. Great. So I just double tap and it comes in for everyone. So these are the confirmed voters for the states. So we'll do the same for registered voters and voter turnout. I wish I could just drag this, but if you notice 0, 0, what happened here? See, our formulas have shifted because we dragged the relative referencing. So what we can do, since we're referencing the states, I can come here and I lock this sheet. Come here and I click on F4. It locks this cell rather. So even if I drag it, it's absolute reference, so it does not move. Oh boy. Oh, okay. So you know how we have, I feel like I'm going to confuse some people right now, but we have to eat some strong meat. You know how we have T2, the colon and the row. The dollar sign locks each of them, right? The dollar sign in front of T locks the colon T, and the dollar sign in front of 2 locks the row 2. So dollar signs in front of T2 locks the cell T2. However, I want a situation where I was trying to avoid this, but I'm sure we are smart, we'll pick it. I want a situation where because I want to drag this, I want a situation where if I drag it to the right, let me take this off. I want a situation where if I drag this to the right, the cell is going to remain here. That means the row does not change, or rather the colon does not change. Yes, the colon does not move. Right now, if I drag this way, see, notice here we have T2 here. Okay, it's locked now. Let me take away the lock so we understand. Sorry, I'm teaching multiple things in one, but we'll get there. So we have it on T2 now. If I drag this just like that, if you notice, it changes from T2 to U2, our reference for our criteria for the states. But no, we want it to remain in Alabama. So I want to lock the colon so that if I move right, it doesn't change the referencing to this. But if I move down, it's going to apply to this. So the rows can change, but the colon reference cannot change. So this grammar I'm speaking, basically what I do is that I'm going to lock the colon, and the colon is T. So colon T, I'm going to put a dollar sign so it locks. And I'm not going to lock the row so that it can still go down. Let me show you how this works. If you notice, if I come to the second row now, the second column, it's still referencing state Alabama because I locked the cell. See, I locked the colon. I put a dollar sign in the colon. Come here, it's still referencing this. Without the lock on the colon, if I drag it, you'll see colon T move to colon U and further dragging colon V, which is not what we want. So I log that. Now, if I drag this down, if you notice, I'm able to, every role has its own unique value. Okay? Because I didn't log the row. See what happens if I log the row? If I put a dollar sign in front of the row too, and I drag down, we're going to have 155,000 for all of them. Why? Because they'll all be referencing the state Alabama. See? But that's not what we want. We want every state to be represented. So I take away the dollar sign from this and leave it on only the row. So now each row, since it is not locked, have their unique values. So for the registered voters, I could have just easily started the process again, equal to sum ifs all. Yeah, sometimes you can manipulate this data since they are all coming from the same sheet. So we've got for confirmed voters, right? Oh, this is not necessary. We've got for confirmed voters. Now registered voters. Registered voters is in colon E. And confirmed voters colon F. So I'll just come to registered voters. See, this is colon F here, right, that we referenced as the sum range. So I'll just come and change the sum range here to the one that registered voters fall under, colon EE. Hey, what has happened? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. Let's just do the more process. Okay, well, I mean, let me just show you people. I'm trying so hard not to confuse people. When a cell is not absolute referenced or when it's not done, once you drag it, like here we have BB, we have AA, we have BB. That's from the US voters. We have AA. We have, okay, AA and BB. Once a cell is not locked, once you move it to another cell, everything changes. That's the next step. So you have FF here, not locked, AA not locked, BB not locked. If you come here, FF has changed to G, A has changed to B, and B has changed to C because they were not locked. I just hope we are following. If we're not following, I'll just take the normal process so that we don't complicate matters. No. Well, let's just do it the long way. I feel like there's so much quiet, and the whole essence is one could tweak around without having to enter formulas again, equal to this, equal to this. You can just move a formula and change the values, like this change to G. The sum range is, for registered voters, is EE, so I'm going to change this to EE. Then our criteria range, um, Alabama is in column A. So you could just take the alphabet, the columns a cell backwards, and CC, we know it's BB. To avoid the complications, you can just, you see, I don't even know where this. Okay, I have even complicated for myself. Please pardon me, guys. So I just did manually again. Should have just stopped manually. Sum range, registered voters. First criteria is the state, comma, this guy, comma. Second criteria is the age, the criteria range, age. Then in quotes 18 to and then we have our registered voters. Voter turnout is confirmed voters divided by registered voters. And we have our values, percentage. Phew. Apologies for I could have just done this. So let's add an additional tax. Which country? Okay, so in arranging data, it's pretty nice to have them sorted in some manner, not just keep them random where applicable. Like now we're talking about total voter turnout. So you could choose to have your data arranged with the states sorted in alphabetical order. I think that's how it is now. You could also choose to, like, depending on what you're looking out for, anyways. Like voter turnout is what we're looking out for. Voter turnout is what we're looking out for right now. So it would be nice to sort it from, say, the largest to the smallest, so I can easily analyze it or make sense out of it. When I sort it, I could easily tell, oh, which state had the highest voters turnout? Wisconsin and Colorado from our data. So I could easily do this because I sorted it out. Okay. And then the states with the least voter turnout were Arkansas and West Virginia. So that kind of thing. Sometimes you could be tasked with, oh, what were the five? Oh, this would have been a good question. Which were the five states with the least voter turnout, or the top five states with the highest voter turnout? Yes. So that's about that. Please, do we have questions in this regards? I think I took a lot of time trying to show you guys what I ended up not showing you. Yeah, are we clear? Do we have questions? Okay, I will take silence as a we are clear. I hope that is not a wrong assumption. Okay, so moving on, we have to learn. So today we're going to be looking at the lookups, like I hinted on the last class. So let me open a data set. Um, 1 second, please. Okay, so we'll be looking at a function called VLOOKUP today. So there are three functions I would focus on here, like also mentioned in the last class, like I said yesterday. VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. Now here's the context. Imagine you're working on multiple sheets, which you will definitely have to work, like you can't even escape this. You're working on multiple sheets and you want to compare the data together. You want to link them together. This happens all the time. The VLOOKUP function is your go-to, or the lookup functions rather is your go-to. V stands for vertical, H stands for horizontal, and X stands for X, like literally everywhere. Like it could intertwine. Okay? So let us look at an example of what I mean. I think I have this data set somewhere that's Would be nice to use, look at. So let me show you what I mean. So the function, first of all, is VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP came in, VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP were there originally, but then XLOOKUP came up much later, which was pretty much easy, and it helped a great deal, saved us a lot of stress. So let's say we have this data set, you can see, right? We have an employee data set, we have the employee ID, we have the employee last name, and then we have the employee first name. Okay. And we have another data set, maybe pay report. We have the employee ID, and we have the pay, and we need to have the employee first name and last name here. Okay. So VLOOKUP. Okay, so this starts use VLOOKUP formula to bring the first and last name of employees in a raw data extract session in the raw here. So if we want to bring this first name here and last name, so just imagine, quick one, I'm sure we can all see the screen. Please, which employee is this? Anybody can answer. Which employee, what's the first name of this employee with this employee ID?
Brad.
Who?
Brad.
I'm looking for the person.
Last name.
Okay, first name, Brad. Okay, the last name, Brad. Okay, nice. So what of the next one?
Williams. The next one.
88385.
The
Williams.
second to last, yes,
This one, okay. What of the next one?
is the next one. Third to
Okay.
last.
What of the next one? Hmm. This guy, bro. Like, so what of the next one? Nobody's answering. Where's James? I'm
The
not
next
hearing
one,
any
John.
ladies' voices. Wait, I don't need.
John.
Okay. Next one is John.
Yes, sir.
What of the next one?
Peter.
Peter. It's Paul here. Okay. So just imagine a company with 5,000 staff. I need to map their names to their pay. How it's going to be. How many months will it take you to complete it? To complete finding the IDs. And typically, like in standard companies, employees all have IDs because there could be a situation where more than one employee has the same first name and last name. Very typical. So most times they are mapped to employee ID. The employee ID is the unique identifier. Yes. So typically, this is a typical scenario. Sometimes even products, even like in an e-commerce or in a shop, you could have different brands. You could have, different brands of peak milk. The same peak milk, saturated, peak milk, evaporated, peak milk, normal, and all that stuff. But these are similar names, so they could be confusing. So most times, a unique ID is used to identify them. Yes. So in this our scenario, doing this one after the other, this is just how many? This is just how many? 13 rows. Imagine if we had like a whole lot of data, we wouldn't do this. We would drop our resignations. We would say, yeah, mentally stressed. So that's where the lookup functions come in. So we call the VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is the function vertical. So basically, if you're looking up in vertical manner in colons, VLOOKUP comes in. If you're looking up horizontally, HLOOKUP comes in. But then, whether vertically or horizontally looking up, XLOOKUP comes in. So XLOOKUP is like the game changer, and it's pretty much easier. We're going to look at them. So for VLOOKUP, you have the lookup value, you have the table array, you have the colon index, and then you have the lookup, the range lookup. So first of all, the lookup value is what you are looking up. Okay. The table array. Table array is where you are looking up, the table you are looking up this value from. Like here, we're going to be looking up this value from this table, right? And it is important to note when it comes to VLOOKUP, very important, else you're going to get errors. That you know how we have a range and a criteria? It's very important that your lookup value must be located in the first row of the table you're highlighting. So employee ID is what we're looking up here. So when I'm selecting my table array, employee ID must be the first column I select. I hope that helps. That's clear. So now lookup value, let me just go on. Okay, so next we have the column index number. The column index number is the number from your selected table, the column, if you're counting from the first selected item, then the row you're going to be picking up, like first name row, what number is it? So if the table is this one, the column index number is number 3 for first name. So 1, colon 2, colon 3, and so on. Anyway, let's get to it. So we want to look up this ID. First, look up value. We want to look up the employee ID, comma, table array. This is the table array I'll be selecting. Should I show you this now or later? Let's just go on. It would probably come by an error and I'll correct it. So, comma. The next is the colon index. Now, the colon index, when you highlight your colon, the colon index is the colon where the value you want returned is located. Like now we want first name, so the colon index is 1, 2, 3, first name. So I put 3. I put a comma. Now you have approximate match or exact match. We want the exact match returned. We'll also later look at scenarios where approximate match is required. And I hit enter, and we see Brad. There is Brad. And I drag down, and whoa, I'm getting errors for some. Please, who has an idea why I'm getting these errors? Okay, I just say it. So if we look at the first formula I did, VLOOKUP, value table, and all. Observe this. I do this, and then of course it comes out correctly, right? Brad is the guy. And then I come here. So observe this. I'm going to click on each cell of our first name return and observe the highlight here. So table array. If you notice, there's like an extension now. And then there's an extension. It keeps going down. And so on. So my table array changed. My table array keeps changing as I drag it down. Why could that be so? Because I did not lock the cells here. Now, if you're using a formula, I'll just clear this again, just to point out, sorry, we're learning a lot on the go. If you're entering, like if you're doing a sum if or a count if or a lookup, whatever, or you're carrying out calculations on I'm referencing a set of data. If you are not like taking it from the colons, you know how I'll say click on this colon? If you're not taking it from the colons here, then you have to lock your cells, especially when it comes to tables, right? Because if you don't, it's just going to keep changing. Like here, like I mentioned, so when we move from here, we come here, it goes down because it is a relative reference. It's referencing relatively, so it's not locked, so you're not yeah, so it just keeps moving and you get errors. So the table array changes. So ideally what to do is equal to VLOOKUP, lookup value as an employee ID, comma, then the table array, you select the table you want to do. And after you select it, you have to lock it by clicking on F4. Okay? Just click on F4 and it locks, comma. The colon index is, we're looking for first name, so the colon index is 1, 2, 3. So number 3. And then we want our exact match. So we select exact match, false, and close our bracket. That's all, and hit enter. Once we drag this down, we have all our values. Okay? So likewise applies to last name. I'll just do it again and we'll look at other examples. Equal to VLOOKUP. The lookup value is employee ID. Table array is this. And we lock it. Comma. Colon index. What's the colon index, please, for last name?
2.
2. Thank you, James. And then we select our exact match. Now, next class, I'll show you where we use approximate match. Let's grab this first. So we have Pete. We drag down, and then we have our lookup values. So rather than calling it 1, 1 like James was doing, trying to find out, or we have our automation, we drag down, and then we get all our details. So lookups, VLOOKUPs are a very handy tool in computation. In fact, typically, in interviews, you get questions like, oh, what's the difference between VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, right? VLOOKUP is vertical lookup, H horizontal, left, right, up, down. XLOOKUP is like the all-rounder. Yeah. So when you get to learn to use XLOOKUP, you probably wouldn't want to use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP ever again. I can tell people I don't even know if I've ever used HLOOKUP besides maybe a demonstration and showing people how it works. But personally, I don't think I used it. Okay, so let's do this together. This time around, you're going to guide me on what to do. I have this data set here. So we have this sales, and then we have the account managers. We have 3 quarters, or rather 4 quarters, right? 4 quarters sales. I want to get this sales. I want to get this sales here in this record. So who can guide me on what to do? I want a lady. If you don't volunteer, I'll call your name. But please volunteer so I don't call your name. So we have our 2016 sales here. We have the account managers. You want to bring these quarters, but I just want 1 quarter, so each person per quarter. So I'm going to call names. Blessing. Hi, Blessing. Please, quarter 1, how do I get it here? Guide me.
Okay, good evening.
Evening. Mhm.
Okay, VLOOKUP. Equal to
So
VLOOKUP.
you knew what to do and you're waiting for me to call your name. Blessing. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So you knew what to do. I was asking for volunteer and you needed me to call you first. So you sound very confident.
No, not really.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Let's do it.
try.
Yes, please.
Okay, equal to VLOOKUP. Then we have the lookup value. We are looking for quarter 1. So we go to where the table where we have the quarter 1.
So the lookup value, we go to quarter 1. We go to the table where quarter 1. For the lookup value. What is the lookup
Okay,
value?
okay, the lookup value. Sorry,
Sorry,
the
you know what?
lookup
Maybe I should just
value.
let me put this side by side. Let me just put this side by side. So that's we are not. So yes, so you can look up, just to add, you can look up from multiple sheets. You can look up from different documents. So you can have different Excel documents you're looking up from. And yeah, just use the formula and bring them together. We'll look at all that. So please go on, listen. Oh, okay.
Okay, equal to lookup value. We click on in accounting.
Click on what?
We click on number cell 2, A2, in accounting,
Okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. It's not counting.
comma. Yeah, then lookup
Okay,
value. Then the next is the table array.
table array, yeah.
But then we start from the account manager to
Okay,
highlight the table. Yeah, we
okay,
can highlight to quarter 1.
okay.
Yeah,
And drag
all the
down.
tables done. Yes.
Okay. Because our
Yeah.
interest is
Then
just for quarter 1
comma.
here, right?
Yes, because that's
Okay.
what we are looking for. So we
Okay.
have comma, then the index is
Column index
2.
number. Why is
Yeah,
it
the
two?
column, yeah, because the account manager is 1, then that's the second column from the table.
Okay.
Okay, so that should be 2.
Two. Okay.
Then yeah, then we have false,
False.
close brackets.
Okay. Okay. Is your answer corresponding?
Tina Cotton,
Hmm?
51879. Yes,
So, but it's looking
yes.
different. It's looking different. Why?
No dollar sign.
So if I put a dollar sign in front,
Comma. Dollar sign, then comma.
but I can't put a dollar sign because it will show me the formula. I should not put dollar sign here.
No.
Okay. What do I do?
Okay, you click on the first one.
Okay. Done.
Go to general. Okay, sorry,
General.
there is comma here. You click on the comma under the accounting, yes.
Okay. So if I click on the
Then
comma, it gives me this.
yes. Then we now
And
formatting. Under formatting now we select dollar sign.
okay, so you can actually select the dollar sign and then it gives you the whole this thing. Like you don't need to.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Great, great, great. Thank you. Okay, so who is taking the next shot? Messi, over to you.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Okay, let's take quarter two.
Okay.
Let's do two, two.
Equals to
Okay.
VLOOKUP.
Okay.
Lookup value.
What's the lookup value?
It's in accounting.
Okay. Account officer. Okay.
Comma.
Yeah.
Then table array.
Okay. Where do
Then
I go?
share from the accounts manager
Okay.
to
So
okay, you can share the whole table.
I can select the whole table.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Comma.
Okay.
Then
Column index number.
column index.
Yeah.
That is 3.
3. Why 3?
I said 3.
Okay, 3. I said why 3? Why is it 3?
Okay. You start counting from the account manager, which is the first column.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got 3.
Okay, because we're looking for quarter 2. That's our return, where
Yeah.
our return value is. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So you know, select appropriate match.
I select approximate match.
Yeah, approximate match.
Okay.
Enter.
Hmm. So I drag down.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay, that's pretty nice distance. So I'm very curious. Okay, so for approximate match, let's look. So Tinakautin is 1479, right? Here. Hello. Messi, there seems to be an error. Messi, where are you? It's not corresponding, no.
I'm here, sir.
It's not corresponding. Risky to sit Tinakautin here at 1492 here. Here I'm seeing 7,627.1117. Where did we get it wrong?
Okay. It's supposed to be exact match, sir.
Exact match. Okay. So that's false. Exact match is false.
Yes, sir.
Right. Why do I feel blessings whispering to you there? Okay, I hit enter. And yeah, there we have it.
Yes, sir.
So I cannot drag down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's look at this. Okay. Okay, so this looks good. However, risky. Risky in the sense that, yeah, so this is the point. Are you seeing the mapping? Yeah. So if you look at this is the selected array for each of them. And the only reason why this works correctly without an error is because the names on this column are aligned with in the same order with the names here. So if I decide to tweak around it, which I should, oh, I didn't even check. So this, yeah, so this also applied to you, Blessing. Like when you're not selecting from columns, everyone, please take note. You're not selecting the whole columns. Please always ensure to lock the cells you're referencing. So like this. So after you select the table array, you want to lock it before you drag so that you don't get errors. I don't know if that is clear. So this wasn't locked. The only reason it worked is because they were in the same order together. So as it drags down, it's looking up the next set, and it's I mean, luckily it was gonna have. But if they're not in the same order, you're gonna have errors. Okay, gents, let's do the rest. Let me look for someone that has not said anything. Sammy, let us do quarter three. Hi, Sammy. Let's do quarter three. And Abdul Latif, you're going to do quarter four. Uh, he's not unmuting. Okay. Are you passing? Oh, okay. I guess network. All right. Show us, show
So
us.
did you try to call me?
No, I called you. I wasn't trying. I called. Uh-huh.
I had
So,
bad network. So you want me to do quarter
quarter
three?
three. Yes, sir.
Hmm. Guys, honestly, I'm not following, but I'll give it a shot.
You're not following, but you give it a shot. Is it
Yeah,
the
I can.
network or something
No,
else?
no, no. Yeah, I've been personal issues just going around. But I can give it a shot. So you want us to
Okay.
use equal to look? Um, okay, let's go. Equal to VLOOK.
Because of V.
VLOOKUP. Lookup.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are looking at Anya Zhang,
Okay.
which is table array. So we can select the table on the right, comma, after putting comma, please.
After putting comma or before.
Put comma,
Okay.
then select the table.
Table array.
Yes, so the table on the right, we can select.
So then which one? The whole table? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
comma. So since it's quarter three, we can say it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I would just yeah, because you said you were a bit sorting out some stuff. I had just mentioned, if you follow, that if you're not highlighting from colons, like colon ish, if you're referencing a range, you want to lock it, right? So after you select the array, you use F4. Yes, so that if you don't do that, as you drag it down, it's going to keep changing the referencing. If it was H1, that was the beginning of your, so rather if it was H3, that was the beginning of your table, as you drag down, it's changing to H4, H5, H6. So if this Ayazang is not in this colon, it's going to give an error, right? Say Ayazang. So I could even show, I had just shown that, but just because of time, I don't want to like, right? Or maybe, I mean, why not? Since you didn't see it, let's just do it. So go on.
Okay.
The next is the colon
But,
index number.
yeah. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are looking at quarter three.
Okay, four. One, two, three, four. Nice. Okay.
Then exact match, right?
Yes,
False.
exact match. Okay.
291. Okay.
So you have the error, and this is because if you notice it, please highlight as it goes down. So this is the original range, right? The red highlight. You select, it has dropped now because it was not locked, and then on and on it goes. So why you're having NAs here is that the table range has selected and is looking for Yeti Betty in this name year range when
And
Yeti
it's not,
Betty is here. You get it?
yeah.
Mm. So it's important to lock your table array when you are not like referencing the whole cell. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Great.
thank you.
Thank you.
So Abdul Latif, Mr. Abdul Latif, are you there? Okay, fine. Harry, give us this one. Hello? Is it network? A lot of network complaints. AD, can you go?
Okay, for quarter four.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so we say VLOOKUP.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, VLOOKUP. You click on
Lookup value.
lookup lookup value. You click on cell A2.
Itsu. Iron Sang. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, equal to, then you the next is table array.
Yes,
You
please.
highlight sales summary.
Basically the table, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you lock with F4.
Thank you. So ensure both of them are locked, if you notice. Okay, let me just do this highlight again. The best time to lock is immediately after highlighting. Locks everything. Ensure the two of them are the range H3 and L17 are locked. Yes, please go on.
Okay. After that, equal to, then you put 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Comma
Yeah, because we're
again
looking at for quarter 4.
for quarter
Comma,
4,
then you,
yes. Okay.
yeah,
Then select
exact
true.
match.
Exact match. Okay. Hit enter. So there you have it. Let's compare. Aya Zhang here 2384. Hyobigor 1659. This Hyobigor is a senior person. The choppers. And then Honobets. There you have it. Hey, okay, so there we go. That is VLOOKUP. Any questions, please? So with VLOOKUP, you can look up from different sheets. It doesn't have to be side by side. You can look up from different Excel workbooks at the same time for you. So can I confidently say we all understand? Or we are going to understand? You see, data analytics is not complicated. It's pretty much easy. And it gets easier as you continue. So if there are no questions, we're going to call it a night or a day, depending on which part of the world you are. Yeah, and yeah. I'm going to stop recording.